a number of guests in attendance that are not only incredible public servants, but true partners to the team here at CRW. So of course, representatives from Senator Manchin, Senator Capito, and Congresswoman Miller's office are here with us today. We have our Senate President Craig Blair and our Speaker of the House Roger Hanshaw, as well as a number of senators and delegates. And I apologize if I am missing anyone. It's a very crowded room, but I know that I've seen Delegate Young, Delegate Pushkin, Delegate Farrell, Delegate Scaff, and Delegate Capito. We also have our Secretary of Commerce, Mr. Bailey, with us today. And as well as other state representatives, our Auditor, J.B. McCuskey, is here. I'm very excited to tell you that we have a representative from our City Council today, Ms. Becky Sepperly. So thank you, Ms. Becky, for being here. We also in the crowd have a representative from our West Virginia Division of Multimodal Transportation. I'm going to fumble that, it's new. But Ms. Cindy Butler is here, as well as other representatives from Kanawha County and throughout our county, as well as our board members. So if you don't mind, our Central West Virginia Regional Airport Authority board members to stand and be recognized. They are a huge part of the things that are happening here at CRW. So our Chairman Ed Hill, Mr. Brian Abraham, General Tackett, Mr. Dodrell, Dr. Whaley, and our newest board member, we're very excited to have her today, Miss Lisa Pack. So thank you. And again, this is an amazing turnout for this very exciting event, so please forgive me if I have missed anyone. But every face that you see in this room today is a huge part of what is happening here. So in 2022, your capital city airport celebrated its 75th anniversary. We launched a new marketing campaign to remind our community that it starts at home. What starts at home, you may ask? Your next adventure, your next business trip, maybe even your next family reunion. But more than that, for regions like ours in a post-pandemic world, retaining and attracting new flights to our airport starts by utilizing what we have here at home. No one understands that more than Governor Justice, Secretary Ruby, our Kanawha County Commission. So we have Commission President Carper, Commissioner Salango, and Commissioner Wheeler, as well as the City of Charleston. We would not be here today if not for their innovative partnership. It is now my great honor to introduce the 36th governor of our great state to tell you more about this historical match made in heaven. Governor Justice.
Well, Dominic, thanks, and thanks to all y'all that are here. You know, it's an amazing day again in West Virginia, but we've got our Senate President, President Blair, our Speaker of our House, Roger Hanshaw, lots and lots and lots of really important folks. You've got an incredible commission here in Kanawha County. Now, and you've got Baby Dog here too. And I can't believe it, but Baby Dog, you acting tough over here. She's usually a real powder puff. Okay, I'll get the mic, okay. But today is another day, another incredible day in West Virginia. Now just think about it just a second. Not long ago, we were getting news that maybe, just maybe, one of the carriers was leaving. And we could have lost a lot of service. Today, all across the country, people are competing like crazy for carriers, and in lots of situations, people are ended up holding the bag. Absolutely, we know in West Virginia that we're on the move, and there's lots and lots of good things happening in West Virginia. Now, with all that being said, we want more and more and more folks coming, don't we? Now, so, through a collaboration between the county and, and Chelsea Ruby, tourism, maybe myself, all of y'all, and everything. Now we're on the cusp of being able to announce something that is unbelievable. In the darkest moments, when we really thought things may just not turn out all that great, then we have somebody that stepped up. Now, I know exactly who the somebody is, but I want to read to you the magnitude of the step up. Hold it right there. Just 1 second. First of all, just think about this. Today, I am announcing a partnership with Breeze Airways to connect West Virginia International Yeager Airport with at least 5 cities over the next 2 years. We were losing. We will have new nonstop flights to Orlando, Charleston, South Carolina, that will begin on May 31st. At least 3 more destinations, including potentially New York City and the West Coast, are slated to be added over the next 24 months. Now, what does all this do? What does it do? It brings more folks to us, because once they're here, they know they can connect and they can move around this great country in every way. It gives us more and more and more and more potential to have more goodness every day. Now, there's no question that Yeager has knocked it out of the park in every way. And Dominic, I mean that very sincerely. Commissioners, I mean it very sincerely. Without any question whatsoever, this place is on the move. Now, we could have taken a step back, but we didn't. And I give so much credit to so many, but I'll tell you, this beautiful young lady down here on the end deserves a lot of credit. You know, when she first presented this to me, she says, "What do you think?" And we went round and round and round and round and round about it, but you know, we've landed, literally, on something that is really good, really, really good. And so with that, you know, I haven't met the Breeze people yet and everything, but I'm hoping to be able to do so, and we thank you. We really, truly thank you. Because, again, looking at this place, this incredible West Virginia, that everybody are now discovering that is that diamond in the rough that we just missed, is really important. You'll really be proud. You'll be proud that you've chosen West Virginia, because at the end of the day, we're a loving and we're an appreciative people, and absolutely we're on the move. All these folks, all of them are just really, really, really special. And you saw how Baby Dog got tough today. So I love it. I love it. But nevertheless, and our buddy over here is wondering, what in the world happened to Baby Dog? Baby Dog used to be nice. But nevertheless, God bless all of you and everything. And I don't know who I'm passing to now. Am I passing to you, Chelsea? Okay, take over.
Thank you. I think she's worn out from her moment of toughness. She's laying her head like she's worn out. So thank you all for being here today. This is a truly historic day. Luckily, I've gotten to do a lot of these fun announcements. Governor, I've stood with you as we've stocked trout, a lot of trout. We've opened new hotels. We've announced dozens of state park renovation projects. We've launched Golly season. We've opened zip lines. We dedicated a new national park. We celebrated drastic increases in hotel occupancy, and we've cut ribbon after ribbon after ribbon. But today hits a little differently. Today is the first day that we're looking at our approach to tourism and expanding the way we're marketing. Over the last 6 years, we've spent a lot of time expanding the drive markets. We've been looking, how do we bring people from further and further away? But today, we're starting a new day. We're going to start looking at how can we bring people in on flights. So today is about making West Virginia more accessible to visitors and new residents. It's also about improving the lives of West Virginians. I see a lot of legislative members, constitutional officers here, and I know that they've spent a lot of time working hand in hand with the governor, with county commission, with city officials to do just that. Today is also about making investments in our infrastructure. You may not always think about air service as infrastructure, but it is. And quite honestly, it's one that we've started to let crumble. It's one that we haven't been investing in quite enough. And today is about continuing to connect West Virginia with the rest of the world. Right now, Charleston, I keep getting your airport name wrong, I'm sorry, we changed it. West Virginia International Yeager Airport flies to 4 different destinations. Just think about that. We're at 4 today, and with this partnership over the next 2 years, we're gonna add 5 more. I want to give the governor a huge shout out and thanks for his vision. If you think back to his inaugural address, he described this very scenario, the one that we're having here today. He described a place that people around the world would be talking about. He described all eyes being on West Virginia. And here we are. We are now that place that editors from Travel and Leisure, Condé Nast, Lonely Planet, Frommer's, CNN, Time Magazine, USA Today, and so many more are now writing about. They're all telling people that Almost Heaven, West Virginia, is a world-class tourism destination. I'll tell you that we're not done yet. The next phase of this journey will be those same editors writing about this historic partnership with Breeze. We are thrilled to death to have found Breeze as our newest partner. And I say partner because when we started these meetings, we were talking about how do we replace Orlando? How do we get a flight to Orlando? And we immediately said, that's not what we're here to do. We're here to find a partner who is here long-term, who's not gonna come in and pull out 6 months later. We want someone who's gonna be here for years and years, is gonna help us continue establishing service. So we are thrilled to death to have found Breeze, and I want to introduce Angela, who is going to talk to us a little bit about the company. You'll notice if you Google Breeze, they're an airline, they're a new airline, and they're one that is really focused on customer service. They're a low-cost carrier. They were voted just last year by Travel and Leisure as the #2 airline in the world. So I think in hearing her talk, you'll understand why, and we are just absolutely thrilled to welcome you all to West Virginia. So without further ado.
Well, hello. I am so pleased to be here. My name is Angela Vargo. I am the Vice President of Marketing and Communications at Breeze Airways. And thank you so much, Chelsea, for that kind introduction, and Governor Justice, and to the entire West Virginia Airport team. You guys have been incredible partners, and we are over the moon about starting service here on May 31st. And if you know Breeze, which most people don't yet, because we're new, we started flying 2 years ago in May, and we came straight out of a pandemic. We built this thing over Zoom, and we started flying with, we started selling tickets on the 21st, and we started flying 6 days later. So we had a 6-day sales window before we started flying. We started with 16 cities, and we are now nearly 40. So that gives you a sense of just how quickly we are growing this airline and how successful it's been. In fact, our NPS scores, which is kind of how we rate customer service, is routinely in the 70s, which is unheard of for any industry, much less an airline. So it just goes to show you that our heart really is in not just connecting communities, but in actually being who we say we are. And what we are is what we call an NLCC. Stands for Nice Low-Cost Carrier. The reason we say that is because when you build an airline from the ground up, you get to start from scratch and you get to break the rules. And there was a lot of rules that we wanted to break. So we did. Number one, we removed hubs. You guys can now go nonstop to Charleston. You can go nonstop to Orlando and 3 other destinations at least in the coming couple of years. You get efficient flights. They're affordable. Our fares today are starting at $49 one way to Charleston and $59 one way to Orlando. Those sales are through April 4th, I believe, so you might want to go buy some tickets. And then we also have family-friendly policies like family seating, which you do not pay for. We do not think you should have to pay to sit next to your children, although sometimes I want to pay people to sit next to mine. And we also have no change or cancellation fees. Guys, this is a big one because buying airfare is one of those moments where you just kind of have that, okay, is this really going to happen? What if somebody gets sick?
To do any more than just take a breeze moment in time, so I'll do that. So here's what really happened. Big Jim and she's not a breeze, she's a deratio. Secretary Ruby took our deal, and Big Jim took our deal and tore it up and redid it. We went from a flight opportunity to the largest aviation announcement since we got rid of the float planes on the Kanawha River. You know, Orville and Wilbur added an extra orange crate. Big Jim here added 5 new flights. And if you think it's going to take 2 years to get the New York flights, you're not paying attention to what's going on. This is a significant economic development. Airline service is economic development. We are very proud of this. Make no mistake, without the leadership of the legislature, Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman Capito, Mr. State Auditor McCuskey, we would not be here today. That's why we're here. So, baby dog, you're the top dog. Governor Justice, thank you. This is why we're here. Commissioner Salango, Commissioner Wheeler.
I really hadn't planned to speak, but let me just, more of a notice, I guess. Effective May 31, if you call me and ask me where I am and I say Charleston, it's probably not here. It's probably Charleston, South Carolina. We're so excited to have these new flights coming in to essentially double the traffic here at the airport, to be able to go from 4 flights to 9. Dominique, we appreciate everything you've done since you were named the director. And Governor, thank you for all of your help and your hard work. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. Thank you.
Well, and thank you all for coming here today. I will echo Commissioner Carper's comments. Secretary Ruby, you did an outstanding job working with the County Commission with this airport, and I think we need to give you another round of applause for the efforts you put in to make this happen. I'll say that, you know, the County Commission worked hand in hand together with the state, with our airport, with the city in making this deal happen today. I echoed the same comments that Secretary Ruby said. When we brought in Breeze to talk with them about this opportunity, I said, I want a partner. I am tired of the negative stories that come out that we're losing population. That is not true. We are gaining in economic development. I want to have a partner who is here for the long run. And I believe today that we have that with Breeze Airlines. But I will say this, as somebody who was born right here in Kanawha County, I know how important it is to have an airline that's affordable. When I was looking at a job opportunity in Florida at the time, I was just 19 years old, and it cost $500 just to get there. And if I had that opportunity that we are going to have here today, I could have expanded my life. I could have done things with the job. I want those opportunities for our 19-year-olds here today. I want those opportunities with Breeze. We're going to have it. I'm excited for this airline. I'm excited for this airport. And I'm excited for our state. Thank you all very much.
I really need to say one. I don't know what's happening.
You're good.
We good?
Yes.
I've got to say one thing. And Angela, you've got to promise you guys will do this, okay? If someone calls and they're 19 and they're worried about, they're contemplating a career where they leave West Virginia, you jack the ticket price up, way up. Because we got to keep them here. And we're so glad we did.
Governor, I came back home.
God bless you.
All right. One last thing to make it official. If I could get you all to join me over here. We've got one thing to unveil.
Senate President will need your help. Mr. Speaker. President, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, we can use you. Auditor, we can always use you. Just before we start, Jordan? Jordan?
Attention all passengers. Attention please. CRW is making a call sign change. Effective immediately, Gate B is now Gate Breeze. Repeat, Gate B is now Gate Breeze. Prepare to board.